Well, this ain't no sun to dry. Got the tack red line, throttle open wide. Gentlemen, start your engines. Got an all new diagnostic tune, polish shine, looking like new. This car will blow your mind.
Hi, welcome to Around the Corner. I'm Glenn.
I'm Michelle.
And boy, we got an awesome show for you today. We had to take some time out of our busy schedule. We've been so busy lately, and with her working, and we've been doing work to the yard, the house, and stuff. We haven't had time to do a show, and we apologize for that because we know you guys like to watch us when we do our show. So we're definitely going to try and do a show more often, every week if we can try to, but it's been so hard. And then, of course, we just lost our dog, Buddy, to a stroke, so that made it even harder. We were planning on taking him to the track with us and going to Loudon, and he was going to be our Matt Kenseth race puppy, and now that's not going to happen because of what happened. So we really feel bad. We miss Buddy, and we know a lot of you already know about it. And so this show is dedicated to our dog, Buddy. This is going out to you, Buddy. We miss you a lot. We wish you were still here with us.
Yeah.
We had him cremated, and we do have him here in a box, but it's not the same.
No.
But for those of you who don't know, Buddy died June 15th at 1:58 a.m. in the morning with a stroke. So, Buddy, we do miss you.
Yeah, we do.
A lot. So, well, let's get on with the show. We have actually a thank you and congratulations to
Clint Boyer
for an awesome win at Sonoma, and also congratulations to Tony Stewart taking a second place win over passing Kurt Busch. And I did notice watching the race that they were talking to Kurt's crew chief, and his crew chief said there was a problem with his car.
Yeah.
And there was something broken in the back end, and they weren't sure what it was, and they didn't want to pull him into the pits because it was so late in the race. They didn't want a chance he was in second place. There was a chance he could have won the race, so they left him out, and Tony Stewart saw a chance to get by him and did. And Tony said when he was passing Kurt that he noticed that Kurt had something wrong. Something was broken in the back end of that car, and he says he could see that Kurt was fighting that steering wheel really hard. So Kurt, congratulations on the third place win for really keeping that car on the track and not causing a major wreck with the front three cars.
Yeah. It shows professional driving.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah. So, hats off to you.
Yep.
Really good driving, Kurt. Yeah, it was a good race, you know. I do like the road courses. I know a lot of you don't. A lot of you think that the road courses are kind of not as fun as the oval track, but I do like the road courses, and you know, there was some good racing that day. Some tough racing, and I noticed that it was like really hard because well, no, actually they had only 3 cautions throughout that entire race, and it was right towards the very end when they had those 3 cautions, which was pretty amazing, you know, considering that you know, it's a road course and there's usually a lot more wrecks than that.
Yeah.
They almost had a perfect race with no cautions at Sonoma, which has never happened before on any road course.
Wow.
So it's a pretty amazing race. Good race. Matt ended up in 13th. Good day for Matt. He's still points champion.
No.
So he's still leading the pack with everybody, having a good race, even though he doesn't have a car with a sponsorship on it, a full-time sponsorship. And I know everybody's been trying to get Zest to sponsor his car and keep him in the car, but you know, it's been hard. And I've been trying to work on trying to give Windows Phone, Microsoft, the idea of maybe sponsoring his car.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. You know, because me and Michelle both own a Windows Phone, and we love those phones.
Oh yeah.
If you've never seen a Windows Phone,
it's so easy to use. It's like using your computer.
Yep. It's if you own a Windows-based computer, which I think everybody on the group page does, or at least most of you do. I don't know of anybody else that's running Mac, but this is my Windows Phone, and I just want to show you this real quick because This is just like the coolest phone. Here's my Windows phone right here. This is the HTC Trophy from Verizon. And this is just an awesome phone. If you want to get to your main screen, you scroll that up. And as you can see, there's my main screen with all the tiles on it. And they are actually live tiles. So like if you want to see what the weather is outside, if you want to see what the temperature is, like right now I'm looking at the tile that shows the weather bug, which is right here, the little light blue tile. You probably can't see it because it's so far away. But it's actually showing 62 degrees out. So these are actually live tiles. You will not find another phone on the market other than this that has a live tile that'll show you things like that that'll actually change on the tile. So if you want a nice phone and you use a Windows computer, this is the phone you want. It has Windows Live SkyDrive in it, as well as Messenger. It works with your Windows Live emails.
And the calendar too.
It's got the calendar. And if you use Windows Live Calendar like we do, or the MSN Premium Calendar, which is now the Windows Live Calendar, if you put something on your computer on that calendar, it'll show up on this phone, or vice versa.
Yeah.
If you put something on the calendar on the phone, like say you got a doctor's appointment, you're at the doctor's appointment, and they're rescheduling you for another appointment to come back, and you type it into your phone, and you put when the next appointment's going to be. Now when you come home, you can go on your computer and go to your Windows Live Calendar, and it shows right on your computer as well.
And also you get a reminder right in your emails.
You get a reminder in your emails.
Yep.
Plus it'll show up on your phone the day before.
Yep.
It'll remind you the day before to remind you that you have an appointment coming up or whatever you set it for in the calendar. So if you want a really nice phone, and all your cell phone companies have a Windows phone.
And
This one's from Verizon, it's the Trophy. Sprint has the HTC Arrive, which has a flip-up screen with a keyboard underneath so that you can type if you're into texting and you really want to, and you're used to using your thumbs to do the texting. It's got the flip-up screen, or if not, it's got the onboard screen. Or like me and Michelle use all the time, we don't text and drive. Not with our hands.
No.
We have what's in this phone, which is a feature which is called speech to text. You can tell the phone what you want to say, and if it gets it correct, you tell it to send or try again. And sometimes it doesn't get it right, and you have to speak clearly so it understands you. But for the majority of the part, it works really well. We have no problem with it. It works well. So we are texting while driving, but our eyes are not on the phone, and our hands are not off the wheel. So we are not physically looking at the phone while we're driving. So if you want an awesome phone, go to your local carrier and see if they have a Windows phone. Everybody does. I know they do. Verizon has one. Sprint has one. AT&T has one. T-Mobile has one. And I'm almost positive that Metro PCS has one. So whoever you have for a carrier should have a Windows phone. The only one I think that don't is Boost Mobile. If you're running a Boost Mobile, chances are they won't. But I know that Nextel phones are going to be going away because Sprint's going to do away with the two-way radios. So there's going to be no more Nextel phones. So if you're going to Boost Mobile with the two-way, you're going to be losing that because Boost Mobile is the prepaid version of Sprint. So you're going to lose that two-way. So if you have one, you're not going to have it anymore. So there you go. You want a nice phone? If you've never seen one, go to your local, carrier and go try one in the store. You'll be impressed. It'll blow away any phone you have, whether it's an iPhone or a Droid phone. It'll blow it away.
Yeah, it's so easy
really fast and it's so easy to use. So take our word for it. Take it from me and Michelle at Around the Corner, right?
Yeah.
We do recommend this phone, really, we do. If you get the phone and you don't like us, tell us. We'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Because you really like the phone. But anyways, so we have a topic to talk about today, and I know all of you know about it, and I've been reading it on the group page, as well as the ones that aren't in the group. They've been posting it on the wall, on the news feed on Facebook, and you guys are all pretty upset over the idea of, well, first it started off as a rumor that Matt was leaving Roush.
Yep.
When when the reporters talked to Matt, Matt came right out and said that he does not talk about things like that during racing season. He just doesn't talk about it. He likes to concentrate on racing.
Which
No.
is good. Yeah.
Hats off to you, Matt.
Yeah.
I think that's an awesome, awesome thing that shows how much of a man you really are when it comes to a driver. And I know Michelle can agree with that.
Yeah. He's not, he's concentrating, like you said, on driving, and he's not going to worry about what's going to happen. So.
Nope. Matt said that if he has an announcement, he'll make the announcement, off the camera or maybe on the camera, and he'll let everyone know what his intentions are. As he said, as of a few days ago, he was not commenting on anything. He said, please don't ask because I have nothing to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And they also asked, because there was rumor going around that Matt is going to be going over to Joe Gibbs Racing. Now I know you guys know all about Joe Gibbs because that's who Kurt Busch used to drive for, and they have Dodge. Let me put your mind at ease, because Matt is not going somewhere without a Ford underneath him.
Yeah.
And Joe Gibbs Racing, I read an article, and the one thing Joe Gibbs Racing did say was that for next season, next year's racing, they're talking about maybe dropping Dodge and going to Ford. So if that's the case, then all you whiners, stop whining about Matt.
Matt's not worried about it.
Matt's not worried about it.
Yeah.
He's going to be in a Ford. If he goes to Joe Gibbs Racing and they switch over to Ford, that'd be the only reason why he'd go. If they go to Ford like they're talking, then he's going to have a Ford on him. Now I know you guys don't like the idea he's going to lose the number 17. Well, he loses it.
Yeah.
We'll get used to his new number.
Yeah.
Don't stop liking Matt because he gave up the number 17.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Roush is paying for Matt's car out of his own pocket. Matt would rather have a sponsor under him, and I'm sure it's a little uneasy to not have a sponsor like that, because you don't know, where your next car is going to come from, what it's going to have on it. You want to kind of have a car that everyone can follow, like when he had DeWalt, right? You guys all know the DeWalt car and how it stood out like a sore thumb when he was racing, correct?
Yep.
Could you miss that car on the track, seeing that
No.
yellow car going around saying DeWalt? No. You can pick it out in the crowd. I love that car.
Yeah,
That's
me
my
too.
most favorite car out of all the cars he's had, past and present, is the DeWalt. So I wish DeWalt would have stuck with him, but they didn't, obviously, and it's too bad because he would have stayed with Jack probably right through his whole racing career if DeWalt stayed with him. Crown Royal pulled up out of racing altogether. They're not sponsoring a car at all now. So we all know that's why he lost that deal. Best Buy sponsored 9 races on the car. They didn't sponsor the whole thing because they split it up between him and Carl Edwards. So that was kind of a rotten deal there,
Yeah.
And Best Buy's closed a bunch of their stores. We lost one town over in the town of Wareham. There was a Best Buy there that opened up a while back, probably about 4 years ago, and that's closed. So I think Best Buy's on the verge of bankruptcy. It may not look like it, but when they start closing stores,
Yeah. It doesn't look
and
good.
due to our wonderful economy, thanks to our wonderful President Obama, that a bunch of the race car drivers went and visited the White House at, country's not doing so hot. So I could see why Best Buy wouldn't fully sponsor the car. If they're hurting money-wise in their stores, they can't afford Jack's price.
No.
Jack gets like $25 million to sponsor a car.
Wow.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a lot.
What do you do in that case,
Mm.
I mean, he's probably the most expensive team owner on the the circuit.
Wow.
25 million. God, not even, what am I thinking of? Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, and the whole Hendricks Motor team. Even they're not that expensive. You notice Jeff Gordon's still running DuPont on his car. He's still got the number 24.
Yeah.
He's got a long-time sponsorship with the DuPont. DuPont's not pulling stakes up anytime soon. Even though he hasn't won any races this year, he's had a tough time struggling. Even the other day, he led some laps. He landed up in the top 10, but it's who knows if he's going to even make it into the chase contention. And even Johnson's year's been off. He's been having a tough time with the number 48. So, Jack's a little too high on his prices. If Jack wants to keep sponsorships on the car, I think he needs to drop his prices, don't you think?
I would think so, yeah.
So you guys don't have to worry about Matt. Matt's not, Matt's going to be Matt. His driving skills aren't going to change.
No.
He's just
and he's not going to let it bother him, so.
No, he's going to move on with another team.
Yeah.
If it's Joe Gibbs Racing, it'll be a Ford. Whoever he talks to, it's going to be somebody with a Ford. Even if he talked to the Wood brothers and decided to, oust, Trevor Bain out of the number 21, and Matt decided to go drive for the Wood brothers, be a smart move. Wood brothers is one of the oldest teams around. They've been around since the early 60s with that same car, that same number.
Wow.
That's an impressive track record for them.
Oh, yeah.
I remember back in the late 60s, when 68, 69, the Wood brothers had a Ford Talladega with a 429 under the line. That was a pretty impressive track record for those guys, and they're still running strong today. I mean, look at Trevor Bain and how well he's done. Last year he won the Daytona 500. This year Matt took it, but impressive for a young guy that's just starting out. Yeah. So, don't be worried about Matt. Matt's not going anywhere. He may be going to change teams, but I can almost guarantee that he's going to be in a Ford, because I know I've seen pictures of Matt standing next to Fords, and one in particular I have. It's Matt, and I'll post it on the group page when I get done doing the show here. It's a picture of, if I still have it, I think I do. It's Matt standing next to a Ford Mustang, like a maroon Ford Mustang. So I think when he's off the track, when he's at home, I think he owns Fords. I think he's a Ford man. I know somebody had posted a pic one time of Matt driving the DeWalt number 17, and it was a Chevy Impala, I believe. I know it was a Chevy, and that was it. Otherwise, that's been Ford all the way. So don't you guys worry about Matt. Matt will take care of himself. Yeah. I'm sure he's going to make sure he's in a Ford. How could he go wrong in a Ford? Ford's got the number one car on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, if Joe Gibbs is talking about going over to Ford, what does that tell you? They're going to give up Dodge to go to Ford, not Chevy.
Yeah.
Look at Chevy's track record. I was watching PBS one time, and there was a show on there, I forget what it was called, but they were talking to the CEO of GM, and he actually admitted that they send cars out of the factory with problems.
Wow.
And they don't care. They said that if it's got a problem, we'll take care of it at the dealership. They just want to pump the cars out of the factory as many as they can. They don't want to be bothered with trying to fix the car before it leaves the factory. So in other words, I guess they're not testing these cars after they roll out that door into the parking lot to make sure that it runs and to make sure it has no issues. They just load it onto a truck. They send it to the dealer. If it has an issue, the consumer buys the car. They get it home, discover that, the check engine light comes on. Something's wrong. So Jim admits that they put junk out the door.
Yeah.
So would you want to race a car with that kind of...
Yeah, because you got to be concerned with safety.
Safety, all that stuff.
First, yeah.
Yep. So, don't worry about Matt. He's going to be in a Ford. I feel it in my bones. My bones are creaking. Michelle's bones are creaking.
My bone's always creaking.
Buddy's bones are creaking even though he's in a box. You know, what's left of his bones after being cremated. Sorry, buddy. I'm not trying to make a joke out of that, but your bones are creaking. We know that. We can feel it. That's why our bones are creaking. We know Matt's going to go to a Ford. So please, don't worry about that. And we still got a good amount of races left to go. Matt can pull off a championship win with Jack Roush. So maybe you can leave Jack on a good note. Leave him with a second championship win. He did his first one in 2003 for the Winston Cup Series. And yes, I do say Winston Cup, even though when you watch clips on TV, when they talk about it, they have to call it the Sprint Cup Series because that's what it's called now. But back then it was the Winston Cup Series. And when you look at all the photos, what's Matt holding up? A big old trophy that says, you know, Matt Kenseth's Championship Winston Cup Series.
Yeah.
Even though smoking's not a good thing, if you smoke, stop. You don't want to smoke.
No, I'm embarrassed. You don't want to do that.
You don't want lung cancer. Don't smoke. It's not good for your health.
No.
Please stop. Our friend Chuck had lung cancer, lost a half a lung. You don't want to lose a half a lung. It's not fun.
And you don't know, and it can come back in other forms.
Yep.
Because so the cancer cells can travel, and you don't even know it.
Yeah, Chuck actually just called me the other day, or last week actually, and he has cancer again, and now it's in his liver.
Yeah.
So now he's dealing with cancer again, all to do with don't puff. The puffing is bad for you. It kills you. If you want to see, if you want to be around to see Matt win a few more championships, don't smoke.
Yeah, very bad.
So, sweetie, I have to ask you this: what's your whole take on this whole thing with Matt? How do you really? I want to know your deepest inner thoughts on this whole thing.
Well, Matt's very adaptable. I feel that Matt, you know, if he goes with Joe Gibbs, he'll be fine. He's not worried about it. So.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think he's worried about it.
How do you feel? Are you still on board with me? You're gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna stay with Matt.
You are gonna stay with Matt.
Oh yeah.
You
even if he goes to Joe Gibbs.
So you wouldn't. So I wouldn't have to worry about getting upset and want to kill you if you told me you were a Jeff Gordon fan.
Yeah, right, Jeff.
Or a Jimmy Johnson fan. I wouldn't have to take out the knife and like this.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, no, I wouldn't do that to you, sweetie. I wouldn't kill anybody, but you know what I mean. As a joke. Just making a joke. That's all.
I'm a Matt fan all the way, so.
You are a Matt fan all the way, yes.
Yeah.
You are sporting your T-shirt.
Yeah.
And your hat.
Yeah.
You've got the DeWalt T-shirt with the Crown Royal hat.
Yeah.
And
I don't have a DeWalt hat, so.
Just so everyone knows, just remember, when you're drinking Crown Royal, drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive.
No.
Don't do something stupid.
Yeah. And then if you notice too, nothing to do with drinking, but the Crown Royal, if you notice on my profile, picture on Facebook, Buddy is sporting the
yeah, he is actually, yeah.
Yep,
He's wearing the Crown Royal hat.
Yeah.
He was on Matt Kenseth's puppy.
Yeah.
He's gone to the great beyond, and we miss the puppy, but
we do.
He'll always be cheering Matt no matter what.
Yeah.
He'll be looking down on all the tracks.
All the races.
Actually, I can feel it, and I know Buddy is telling me right now, spiritually, that he is going to be praying for Matt at every race. He'll be in that car with Matt, driving around the track, making sure that Matt takes a win.
Okay.
That's how my dog is. He'd be right there for you, and he would do that for you. So I know he's doing that for Matt. So Matt, if you ever see this show, say a thank you prayer for my dog Buddy, because he's watching over you to make sure that you're staying in a Ford, that you're going to take some wins, and that you are going to pull off a championship at the end of the season. Right?
Yeah. He's a sweet puppy.
So, yeah, please, don't worry about Matt. As Michelle said, right?
Yeah. Matt's not worried about Matt either.
Matt's not worried about Matt. His wife's not worried about him.
No.
Nope. He's still going to be raking in the paycheck that he makes.
Yep.
Just won't be in the number 17.
Maybe. Or unless he...
Well, you know, here's a thought. What do you think? Maybe Jack Roush will let Matt take the number 17 with him, because Matt's always had it. Maybe
Yeah.
he'll let him take it because maybe Jack has no,
Qualms about him.
or maybe he's not going to use the 17 anymore. So
Yeah.
let Matt take it with him and use it with another team. Because Joe Gibbs did say, the one thing they did say was, if they had the right driver and the right sponsor, they would add a third car to their team.
Oh.
So now you take that for what it's worth, but I'd say that if he's going to do that, that only tells me that I'll bet they are in talks with Matt, and that's where he's going to go.
Yeah.
And they're going to find him the right sponsor, and maybe that sponsor will want the number 17 with him.
Yeah.
It's his trademark number. We all know him by the 17, right?
Right.
So, okay, and here's the thing. We told you in the beginning that we're going to start doing call-ins to the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you're watching this show right now, I'm going to give you my cell phone number so that you can call into the show with your thoughts and stuff, or if we've got a certain topic we're talking about and you have something you want to say about it, by all means, please call. You can call from your cell phone, and you can call into the show. And so my number for my cell is 774-836-5982. Let me repeat that so you get it. It's 774-836-5982. That is my cell phone number. When we start doing the call-ins to the show, you'll be able to call that number and you'll be able to be on the show and talk about whatever topic you want to do with racing, or if we're talking about a certain topic and you'd like to, got something to say about it, by all means call in.
Yeah. How about posting the number on the fan page?
On the group page, I can do it on the fan page. I'll post my number on the fan page as well as the group page. I'll post the number on both places, so that way you can see the number, and when we start, we'll let you know when the phone lines will be open for that when we start doing it, and we'll be ready for you, and you'll be able to call in and, like I said, talk about what you want to do with racing. If we're talking about a certain topic in the show, you'll be able to call in and talk about it. Just tell us what's on your mind, what you think.
Yep.
So, again, don't worry about Matt.
Nope.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere. Our show's still going to be here.
Yep.
And we're still going to be a Matt Kendall's fan, whether it's 17, whatever number it is. I don't care what it is. If it's just a single 0, or even the 01, like the Dukes that has it.
I was just going to say 01.
Maybe he's going to drive the Dukes car around the track and beat everybody. The General Lee, there we go. That would work. Did you see Matt driving the General Lee?
Yeah, and he's got to go in. Well, they go in that way anyway.
And he's got the Duke boys riding in the back. Well, he's got Tom Mopat riding shotgun and John Snyder in the back. There we go. That would work. That would be awesome to see the General Lee cranking around the track, beating everybody.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that would be fun to see.
Airborne too.
Yeah, airborne. Yeah, they'll have to jump right at the end. So when he crosses the finish line, he'll go off a mound of dirt.
Yeah.
That'll propel him into the air, and then he'll slam right over the finish line and take the win. With Roscoe Pico train right behind him.
Yeah.
And
he'll go over all the other cars.
Right. And behind him will be Anus Deputy Straight, or as Roscoe called him, a dipstick.
Yeah.
So there you go. That'll work for me.
Yeah.
And then Michelle likes the idea, so
Yeah,
you let us know what you think on this whole thing, but please don't be upset over it. Don't be bummed because Matt's going to leave. We know he's going to lose the 17, but maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, you don't know. Yeah.
Maybe this is better for him. Maybe he'll have a lot more wins.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be with a team that can get him some more championships and maybe catch up to the cheater.
Yeah.
Jimmy's had what? 5 wins? He was working on number 6. So maybe Matt can do that. Maybe Matt can have 10 championships and blow everyone away.
Yeah, you don't know.
Maybe he'll be the next Who knows? Maybe he'll be the next Richard Petty.
Yeah.
He'll be the new king, right?
The new king, yeah.
The new king of
you
NASCAR.
You can't replace, yeah.
No, you can't replace Richard Petty. You're right. But still, he could be right up there with him.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's all hope. Let's all think good thoughts about Matt.
Yeah.
And put him where he's going to go.
Yeah.
You know, if he's going to go with Joe Gibbs and they switch over to Ford, which I think that's what's going to happen, because they're talking about switching to Fords themselves. I think that's why Matt's doing it, because they probably started talking, and when they mentioned to Matt that they were going to consider dropping Dodge and going with Ford, that's probably what gave Matt the idea to think about go ahead and doing that. And I don't have a problem with it. I don't care what car number he's got.
Yeah.
Give him a bright orange car for all I care.
Yeah.
As long as we can know he's out on the track, that's all we need to know.
Yep. And
So-
of course the General Lee was bright orange, so.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, with the old one on the door, Confederate flag on the roof. Yep. Of course, they'll have to change that and put the Wisconsin state flag on the roof, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about me. I don't care. I'm flexible. I'm easy. You know, I'm not cheap, but I'm easy. You know, I'm kind of expensive. Ask Michelle. She knows. I won't get into that. That's the wrong show. We haven't come up with that show yet. I don't think we're going to either. We'll leave that one alone.
No, yeah.
No, we're both happily married. We like our lives together, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's the way it's going to stay.
Yeah.
We don't fool around. We're not cheaters, so there we go.
No.
All right, you guys. Well, I guess we're going to run on out of here.
Yeah.
And got some things to do. I got to get this show uploaded to YouTube. I first have to, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I use the Windows Live Movie Maker to edit the show and do what I need to do to it. It's not much, but so that's what I use, and then I upload it to YouTube. So let us get on out of here. Michelle's making dinner. We're having a pot roast for dinner. Anybody that's in the area that wants to come for a nice pot roast dinner,
Yeah.
we're having pot roast. We're having
Potatoes.
potatoes, frozen corn, and do we have any zucchini?
Oh, we do.
Oh, we're having fried zucchini. If you guys have never had fried zucchini, don't just fry it a little bit. Put butter in the pan, and what you want to do is you want to caramelize it. Burn it. Burn it so that it starts turning black. You want to have something that tastes like candy, as good as candy. Oh my God, it's out of this world. If you've never had it that way, you'll want it all the time that way. If you're married, you'll be telling your wife, honey, could you please caramelize the zucchini? Can you burn it for me? Once you have it that way, you won't want it any other. Summer squash, same way. Burn it, caramelize it. Put butter in the pan and fry it in the butter, and oh my God, it's out of this world. I'm telling you, it's like having candy. So if you're near the Pocasset, Mass area, we're 5 minutes from the Bourne Bridge. If you're nearby, you want to come over for a nice pot roast dinner with mashed potatoes, corn, frozen corn, which is same as fresh, and fried zucchini, come on down. We're here with a nice dinner tonight. So, well, that's it for the show. I'm Glenn,
I'm Michelle.
and we will see you next time on
Around the Corner.
Bye, everybody.
Well, this ain't no sun to dry. Got the tack red line, throttle open wide. Gentlemen, start your engines.